because of what I went through high school, elementary school, middle school, yeah, I was extremely upset going to school and interacting with my peers and having to go through the bullying and the harassment and, in some sense, neglect from teachers and older people because they didn't notice or do anything about it if they did notice. And my feelings kind of were being rejected constantly. Anything I thought, anything I said, it was rebutted with, no, you're fine, you're okay, I don't know what you're saying, kind of situations. And it was really difficult to deal with that. Even like people that I was close to, I would be like, I don't feel okay, I'm not doing well, I'm going through this. And they're like, no, you're not, you're fine, you're fine. Because everyone's very focused on their own problems, and I get that. But it was very hard. And when I went to 11th grade, we were moving to Philly. And my 11th grade year, I had already decided that I was doing half online, half in person. I wanted to do full online, but I had anatomy and AP classes that they did not provide online classes for. And you had to come in for labs anyway. So I did those in person, and I did my math, my English, and my gym and stuff like at home, which was really weird to do gym at home, but I did that. And when I moved to Philly, we did the half online, half in person transfer. And it was really, really hard. My high school in Philly basically had its own zip code. I looked at my diploma the other day. The school is like a campus. It's gigantic. It was filled with a lot of people that didn't know anything about disabilities, really. And their system was different than the system I grew up with. The way they handled my disability was different than the way I grew up with. And it was kind of hard for them to kind of get a wraps on it, which I understand. Happens, like, especially when you're dealing with it for the first time. Like, I get it. But I couldn't do a senior year fully in person there because my student attendant person, I can't even remember what they're called anymore, guidance counselor, wanted me to do fully in person for my senior year. And I was just, I couldn't. I didn't really have any friends. I didn't really know my way around the school. I couldn't carry my books all day. They didn't use their lockers. They were kind of just for show. Like, they didn't give me a lock for my half day. Maybe they would have in person, but I don't know. It was weird. And I just didn't feel comfortable. So I went fully online. And that was my turning point. When I started half online, and then when I went to full online, like, that was the beginning of my turning point. Because I spent a lot of time with myself. I spent a lot of time away from the cattiness that high school is. I spent a lot of time away from the judgment that comes with high schoolers. And I found who I was as a person. I turned off all the voices except for my own. And it made me realize that I was upset because I just wasn't being heard. And I became my own best friend. It's kind of sad, but I started talking to myself in the mirror. And I started talking my feelings out like therapy. And I've gone to therapy now. But I started being my own therapist. I started talking things out loud and realizing certain things were not okay that were happening to me, that they weren't normal, and that what was going on with my friendships was not okay. It was not normal. And it was manipulative, it was cattiness, it was whatever. I did so much research on the internet. I did so much self-reflection, and that was my turning point. Without that, I would have never found my positivity. And, what I went through in high school was rough. I'm not going to speak to everything that happened, and I hope that everyone that I knew in high school is doing well, but what I went through was really rough, and I'm grateful for it. I wish I didn't have to go through it, but I'm grateful for it, because without it, I would have never found myself. All of the pain, the pressures, they were worth it. And I really wish I could have found myself without it. And I do think I could have, but not in the habitat that I was in. What I went through in high school and schooling and home life and all that, it was not normal. And somehow I still came out of it, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But yeah, my turning point was self-reflecting in high school and figuring out who I was, not who everyone wanted Shauna to be.